What is going on, people? Thank God I got Shadewalker and Wolf jumping in the channel, letting me know that I'm freaking muted, man. Let's see here. Shade says, there he is. Wolf says, there you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what I was just saying is, welcome to the stream, everybody. We'll restart, I guess. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you all here tonight. If you're wondering where the stream was Monday night, I was saying that, hey, you should be a part of the Discord because that's how you find out what's going on. And if you are part of the Discord, then you saw that Monday I was not streaming because the wife was out of town for work. She left Sunday night. Did not get home till Tuesday night, was gone for 2 days for a conference she had at work. So I ended up having the kids by myself. And so that's obviously why I did not stream Monday night. But we are back, baby. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. Shade says, what's up, bud? Not too much, man. Just chilling like a villain, dude. You know how it be. You know how it be, Shade. No, but for real, nothing much, man. You know, the Grubhub going well. I did that today. Then I got home and my God, man. Freaking AT&T, dude. So me and the wife, we go into AT&T last month to upgrade our phones. They were doing a promotion that if you turned in your old phone, then they gave you $800 off of the Galaxy S21. Probably because, you know, the S22 is getting ready to come out. And so, you know, they're obviously trying to get rid of stock of S21s. Plus, my wife had broke the front glass of her phone. So we had to get her one. So we, you know, we decided to go upgrade our phones. And they're like, oh, yeah, it'll be like, you know, at the end of the day, after you upgrade, you know, here's what your price will be, blah, 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 blah. So it's going to be like the same price of what we were already paying because I already had a phone that I was paying monthly on that had like 3 months left. So I just ended up paying off my old phone the last 3 months so that we could both upgrade. So with the like discounts, everything was going to like be the same price. So then, of course, I get the bill today and our bill's normally like $170 a month. We have like unlimited data, all that jazz with mobile hotspot. And so I get the bill today and it's like $303. I'm like, oh, hell no. Dude, I was so pissed, man. I'm like, are you kidding? They like added, so it was weird, man. They added a whole nother line to our account when we went in for another. Like we had a third phone line on our account all of a sudden. We had they added insurance to all of our phones, which I've never had insurance. I never break a phone. Like in all the years I've had phones, I've broken a phone one time and had to go out and buy a new one. So I'm like, dude, by the time I pay monthly, like $15 a month, plus then a $50 deductible, like as often as I break a phone, I'm like, hell no, I don't want that. Never asked for it. They just stuck it on there. They also stuck on, I guess AT&T has this thing where like you can pay like $5 extra a month. And if you do that, you can trade in your phone after halfway paid off for another new phone. But like you don't get to keep the old phone to like resell it or anything. So I'm like, what the hell? That ain't worth it. I'm like, I wouldn't want that. I'm like, I always just pay off my old phone and then sell it. Cause normally, you know, it's like, you know, I like sell it, get my money back out of it and you know, well, not my money back out of it, but some money back out of it and put that towards a new phone. Like, I'm not just going to give you my phone back and then get another phone and have another monthly charge on it. So I'm like, why the fuck would I sign up for that? But they signed us up for like all these services that like, they never said a word about it, never asked us about it. We were literally in there for just like a simple phone upgrade. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So it was a horror deal today. I thought like me and the wife were going to have to go to the store and I was going to be like, getting bailed out of jail by my wife because I was going to be MFing these guys in their store and stuff and screaming and yelling. But then I was like, you know, instead of going in there and being all angry, I was like, let me just call the main AT&T number and see if they can help me out first before I go in there and be like, you motherfuckers lied to me, blah, 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 blah. And so I called them and I'm like, listen, dude, I'm like, I've had you guys like 20 years. I'm like, I've had 2 lines. That's all I like. I said, you know, you can see we went and upgrade our phones. All of a sudden, this third line shows up. I'm like, I didn't sign up for it. So they were cool. They took away everything, and then they prorated, like they dropped our bill down, like they credited us back everything for that for the last month. So luckily, I didn't have to go into the store and deal with this. So I was like, oh, thank God. But that was a little bit of a. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I cannot fucking have no $300 phone bill, man. So, and actually, after I talked to her and got everything removed, it turns out that like our phone bill is actually going to be about $20 cheaper per month. So we were paying like $170 and it's going to be like $150 now for both our lines. So after everything. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. All right. Well, it says, as to your question of the day, which for those that aren't paying attention, it is, what do you consider the most difficult food to eat? Wolf says, tofu or eggs? Oh, you don't like eggs, Wolf? I think you've mentioned that before and I forgot. I like eggs and I like tofu, man. My wife makes tofu dishes sometimes. I got no issue with it whatsoever. I mean, like, it's not like, I mean, I don't want to say it's as good as like eggs or something in a meal, but like we've had like you know, like a breakfast bowl, but it has tofu instead of eggs or something. Like they're always good. I want to say I like them as much as eggs but we've had some other stuff like a sweet and sour chicken, but it was tofu instead, like a Chinese dish, but it was tofu, and like that was good with like the sauce on it and stuff. Shay says, I'm probably going to start running Grubhub or something like it. Want to build a new PC. Dude, I would recommend DoorDash over Grubhub, but unfortunately they have a wait list in our area. Because like I'm averaging like $15 an hour. Like and that's like $15 an hour, then I got to minus gas and everything and wear and tear on my vehicle. The only reason I'm like okay with that is because again, like we live below our means, so we have like, you know, my wife works full time, just got a promotion. I'm focusing on like my content. So I'm like, whatever. Like even though it's $15 an hour, then minus the gas, minus like I basically am paying zero taxes because, you know, tax write-offs because fucking you get like so much per mile that you drive. So I'm basically making enough deductions to not pay any taxes on the income I am making. So I'm like, it's basically probably like minimum wage, $10 an hour. But I know people that are doing DoorDash and they make like, after everything's said and done, they make like $20 to $25 an hour. So I signed up when I started doing it. I signed up for Instacart, Grubhub, and DoorDash. Grubhub was the first one that got back to me, but I would like to do, honestly, I think I'd like to do Instacart where I do grocery shopping, like, cause then I can get out of my car, walk around in the store, get the stuff. So it's like a little bit of like a break of sitting in the car all day. But I will gladly take DoorDash if it pops up while I'm waiting. She says, oh, how no, I would have been too. Oh, I was, man. I was. Snapman Jones said, I've always, my whole life since I was a young kid, considered broccoli the hardest food to eat. But at the same time, I've grown up my whole life eating a lot of broccoli. Only recently am I taking a break because I don't eat it for a complicated set of reasons. But I used to eat it because my mom makes us eat a lot of broccoli since it's the healthiest vegetable. I love broccoli. So far, you and Wolf, you guys just hate good food. What's this? Ground level is shiesty? Wait, ground level is shiesty. What does that mean? Ground level is shiesty. I missed something there. Shay says, with the upgrade, that's amazing. Oh, yeah. With the upgrade, dude, then it'd be like $20 cheap. What, Bubby? Good night. I love you. You want a hug and a kiss good night? Your tummy's hurting? Okay. Which says the texture of it kills me in both cases. Ah, fair. Shay says, I don't like stringy foods like celery. I don't mind celery either. I pretty much eat everything. About the only thing I like most foods. Yeah, I don't know if it's like I've had it where it's cooked a little weird, and then I would agree. But most of the time, like my wife cooks it like there's different methods. It turns out pretty good. Like I've had it where it's like kind of crispy. Like, yeah, it was good. Shay says, I work full time and I'm going to do that for a bit of extra cash though. Well then, yeah, I mean, Grubhub might work, but I'm just saying still it would be better to get DoorDash if you can. They definitely pay better. What's this? We're talking about the AT&T store, lowest level of the business, shady. Oh, yeah, and like they just adding that stuff on because they probably get like kickbacks or something. Like they probably get commissions for everybody that they get, like a bonus for everybody that they get to sign up for like insurance or something. And I even told the lady on the phone, I'm like, listen, I said, I've been a customer of your guys's for like ever. I'm like, and it's really shady. I said that like one of your, like, this wasn't like a, you know how like they got like the pop-up, like the authorized resellers and stuff of like AT&T, or like if you go to Sam's Club, like they have like everybody there. They're not an actual AT&T store. They're just like an authorized dealer. This was like an actual AT&T store, not an authorized like reseller, like not like a Best Buy or a Sam's Club or just like one of the little shacks somewhere. Like it was an actual full-fledged AT&T store. Which I will say, it's not the one I normally go to. The one that I had the issue with, just so I don't know who you have with, but was the one inside the mall. I don't normally go to that one. I normally go to the one, you know, that's down 422 a ways, like across from the mall, out of it. But we went to the one inside the mall, and it was fucking. That's where I had all those issues. So apparently, I won't go back to that one. What says taking all this extra stuff and see if you notice? Yeah, exactly. Then it says track phone. Oh, that's who you have? I'm cheap AF. Well, I mean, fair. Fair. But, like, I use my phone for everything. So, like, and I don't know. Like, I mean, like, I use, like, mobile hotspot on my phone. I use, like, hella data. I use, like, everything. Who says my cell was $20? I mean, I'm cheap on a lot of stuff outside of like some tech stuff, like gaming stuff and like my internet and like cell phones. That's kind of like where I spend my money. Everywhere else, I'm fairly cheap, but like gaming / streaming stuff, I'll put them in this. Like I'll call them both just gaming, but gaming, like, you know, cell phones and just like my internet, man. Like that's where I spend most. Like that's where I don't really, you know, try to be super cheap. Wolf says, and it does all the stuff I need a phone for. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, honestly, I probably could get away with, but I don't know. I like using my phone. I like not having issues with it. I like it being fast. Like, do you still get data and everything on your phone? Like, do you use, like, Facebook and stuff on it? And Pumpkin says, trying to multitask while watching you, Ranboo, Turbo, and Twitch Rivals. Pumpkin, how do you always got, like, 4 or 5 live streams up at once? How can you even multitask like that? How do you even know what's going on or what's being said? Wolf says I could. Okay. If I use, well, I don't really use Facebook either. I mean, I was just using that because that's the one most people use. I mainly use like Twitter, Instagram because I post, you know, my photography on it. Twitter, that's like my default, you know, use it for just whatever. And then obviously like YouTube stuff I do because of like replying to comments and things like that all day long. Pumpkin says, I just have big brain. Shade says, Pumpkin like me, LOL. I watch everything. At the same time, though, Shade? Like, you got like 4 or 5 streams up at the same time? What? Well, it says, you should know by now the only social thing I use is Discord. But do you use it on your phone? Because I even use Discord on my phone. So I'm saying, like, I've pretty much... Like, I have a laptop and I keep one just for, like, when I have to travel and stuff. But, like, for the most part, my phone is my laptop. Like, I have gotten used enough to a phone to be, like, a replacement. So, like, I have my desktop and then everything else is my phone. Like, I really don't use, like, any other kind of device. Again, every once in a great while, I'll bust out the laptop for something. Like, if I need to, like, edit a video on the go. My phone's obviously not, you know, powerful enough to edit a video on the go. But, yeah. Shay says, sometimes, Jesus, you guys are, I don't know. Like, if I have more than one thing going at a time, I can't concentrate. But I'm with that like everything, not just like watching stuff. Like if I'm watching TV with my wife and like my daughter's like on her tablet and she's trying to not use headphones, which she does all the fucking time, and I want to wring her by her little neck. But she'll like try to like, oh, I'm just going to listen to my tablet without headphones. I can't do it. Like I just can't. I physically cannot do it. My brain, it gets distracted. Like the whole time, I have no idea what's going on at the TV because I'm distracted by this. And like I can't, man. Like I swear. Well, actually, I shouldn't say I swear. I got tested and like I don't register like off the charts for ADHD for like medication wise. But I definitely got a couple areas where I'm high. Pumpkin says, like, I can be drawn, eating, listening to music, and play Roblox at the same time sometimes. Oh, I cannot. I cannot. Like, I can't even, like, if I'm reading a book, I can't have, like, even music without words, like, just, like, lo-fi music or something in the back. I can't have it. Like, if I'm working on something, like, let's say I'm doing, like back in school, like, I was doing homework, I cannot have lo-fi music or any kind of music playing in the background. I get too distracted. Snapman says, hey, I've been tabbing streams nonstop throughout the day since last year. Jesus. Shay says, you, Versaturtle, Bearson, a couple random Twitch streamers. Wolf says, to be fair to Shade, I always have a TV on with something, even when I'm watching you or something else. I mean, I'll do like I'll have Twitch up in the background sometimes as like background noise. But when I do and I'm like working on something or something like that, I have zero idea what's happening on the TV. Like zero idea. Like I have no idea what's happening. Like not even a little bit. Like I don't hear any of it. I don't like see any of it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's just in the background for background noise. Shay says, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, LOL. Well, wouldn't ADHD though, you wouldn't be doing all of that? But you could have, you might have hyperactivity. You probably have hyperactivity, whatever the, like, actually, let me rephrase, because there's ADHD and there's ADD. I don't know. Let me see. Which one is ADHD versus ADD? Okay, so yeah, so here's the thing. So you have three types of it. You can have, so they don't use ADD anymore. They use ADHD without hyperactivity, or ADHD inattentive type, or impulsivity ADHD. So there's three. There's inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. I ranked high for impulsivity, which means like I'm very impulse mode. Like a lot of people like that struggle with addiction and stuff. Cause like I always, like I'm like the type of guy, like, well, randomly I'll decide to go on like a road trip across the country, or randomly I'll decide to jump out of an airplane, like to go parachuting. Like it's not really planned out. And I also have inattention. Like I can't pay attention to, I have a hard time paying attention. You probably have, just from like hearing what you've talked about, Shade, you probably have hyperactivity part of it, where like your brain's very hyperactivity. So like you're like constantly wanting more and more stuff coming in. At least my understanding of it. I'm no expert. I could be fucking that whole thing up. I should preface that by saying I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's my limited understanding from like the testing that my therapist and stuff I just went through all like the testing and stuff. So when you might also rank for impulsivity or inattention. But I'm just like, you'll have one that's like, highest, and then like, and like, or you might have two that are super high. My highest one is impulsivity, or how do you say it? And my second highest one was inattention. Hyperactivity, I really don't have that issue. Like I ranked pretty low on that. Wolf says ADOS. What is ADOS? Chase says attention deficit hyperactivity disorder versus attention deficit disorder. Yeah, so I think you have the hyperactivity part basically. But yeah, apparently they don't use ADD anymore. Now it's ADHD without hyperactivity, ADHD inattentive type, and then impulsivity ADHD or whatever. I don't know. At least that's what this article is saying. I don't actually know. Pump says Derek going big brain mode. No, I am not going big brain mode. I don't know shit. You said this one other time and I forgot, Wolf. And now I'm laughing again at it. Attention deficit. Oh, shiny. That is what they should call it. That is what it should actually be called. Why don't we come up with cool names, like funny names and cool names for shit like that? Jay says, hello, I'm hyperactive with my brain, but I also lean towards impulse as well. Yeah, impulsivity is my highest. I'm very, like, I get bored very, like, I always want new stuff. I guess that all falls under impulsivity. Like, I always want new. I get tired of, like, the same old routine. I think that also inattentive would probably cause that. Because I get bored of, like, paying attention to things that I already know. But it was pretty interesting to go through. So, like, I didn't know this, but, like, when you, like, do the test for ADHD, not only do you take the test, but you have to have, like, someone close to you take the test, like a parent, or, like, in my case, my wife had to do a separate test. Like, and she did it on her own, like, had to do a test and, like, mark things about me or whatever. Or, like, again, it could be like a parent or, you know, any kind of family, like whoever's, like, super close to you, basically, if you're not married or something. Or, well, it says, yep, because at that point, you might as well call it golden retriever syndrome or something. Chase says, like, as a control. Yeah, I guess, basically, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know how they grade it all. Like, I don't know. I don't know, but I would say, like, some type of a probably, like, to see, like, yeah, to like get a, like, an agreement or something. I don't know. Or to see, like, because maybe, like, you just see yourself as a certain way, and maybe, you know, other people don't see that way. I don't know. I guess, like, as a control. But yeah, but your whole grade does it, like, comes from the combined of both of them. So, like, in my, like, for me, like, I ranked high, but I didn't rank high enough for medicine. But my therapist said that's probably because at my age, I already, like, because, like, some of the questions are like, you know, do you forget to take out the trash? And I'm like, I marked it no. But that's because I always had trouble forgetting stuff like taking out the trash. Like, it's literally in my daily, like, here, for example, here's my to-do list for the day. Like, you can see there today, I just did it before stream, but I didn't mark it off yet. I literally have it on my to-do list to take out the trash every Wednesday of the week because I always forget. So like he said, like, I've made things to, like, make it not be as big of a deal in my life, like, to kind of, like, work around it, which is probably why I didn't rank as high to where I need medicine for it, because I've, like, put these systems in place. But you know, so yeah, so I don't know, it was just, that was interesting too, like, him kind of, like, figuring that out, because I never really thought about it or realized it. It was just like, Jesus, I'm always forgetting to do this shit. I got to figure out a way to not forget to do this shit. And then it was like, okay, here's like trying to-do lists and, like, going through, like, I used to do bullet journals a lot and just other methods of trying to make sure, like, I keep my attention where it needs to be. By the way, while we're chilling here, guys, the plan for tonight, you know, we still in just chatting. We can chat as long as you guys want. I'm always down. You know, we chat until everything kind of dies down. But just to kind of give update of the plan for tonight, the plan is to still play some more. We're going to jump into the VR. Excuse me. Excuse me. That pop went down like the wrong throat. The plan is to jump back in VR and continue our playthrough of The Walking Dead, with a little bit of a caveat. And that is, geez, sorry, hold on. A little bit of a caveat is my stomach's been messed up for like the last 2 days now. Yesterday and all day today. My son was sick, had like diarrhea and stuff. Now I, got a little something going on. And so as long like I might get motion sick quicker than normal because my stomach's already upset. So if that's the case, then we might not play super long. But I do want to keep trying to get through it because Tony and I, One Cool Duck, as some of you know him by, Eclipse, as other people know him by. But me and Tony, we started playing the new MMORPG that came out on VR headsets. That's cross-platform. It's on PlayStation VR, Steam, Oculus, all of them. But it's like so popular. It was the #1 selling game on Steam. Not the #1 VR selling game, but the #1 selling game on Steam. So we started playing that, and I think the plan is Tony, one of his controllers is fucked up, so he ordered a new one. So I want to try to get Walking Dead finished because I think starting next week, we're gonna jump back. Like we're gonna be playing some of that on stream and stuff. The MMORPG. It's called Zenith. Zenith, just FYI if anybody's curious, wants to look it up. But I will be probably switching to that. We're not switching, but I want to finish The Walking Dead because I'm enjoying it. But my plan is to try to finish The Walking Dead this week in the next 2 streams because I know it's not a super long game. Like we're probably already halfway through it. So I was hoping I could like get like a good 2 to 3 hour session in tonight and Friday night and finish it up. But again, it just depends on the motion sickness. Wolf says new patch for Baldur's Gate 3 is incoming, but no actual info at the moment. Cool. I would be down to try it if Tony's down to try it, but the problem is we'd have to talk him into getting Xbox Game Pass because he's going to want to like get it off of Steam and I'm not paying for it. I would only play it because it's free on Game Pass, but only if Tony joins too. Snapman Jen says, I made friends with the Discord brute. He argues with everyone since he apologized to me. Well, that's nice that you made friends with him, Snapman Jones. Well, says if that happens, we should try to get Tony for some DRG. What is DRG? A+ mods. Does Zenith require VR? Yes, it does. It's a full VR. It is built from the ground up as being a VR MMORPG. Oh, Deep Rock Galactic? Wait, if what? Oh, if you're saying, okay, I mixed the two together, but you're saying if I get super motion sickness or just when I finish, if Tony's down, do some Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah, I'd be down if he's down. Because, I mean, I'm definitely not going to be able to go all night long playing it because I definitely will get motion sickness eventually at some point. I will say, though, for those that do, if there's anybody listening that does have VR headset, it is a super fun game. Like, it is very immersive. The Zenith game I'm talking about, by the way. Dun, 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 dun. A+ Mod says, what is the cheapest way to get into VR? The Oculus Quest 2, if you're looking new. Actually, I wouldn't even say if you're looking new. You can find Quest 2s on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff, or like, I don't know about Craigslist because I don't know how many, but like you can like find secondhand Oculus Quest 2s for pretty cheap. A brand new one is $299. And not only is it the Quest 2, it's a full standalone headset, meaning you don't need a computer or anything. If you do have a good computer, you can also use it as a PC VR headset. You can use it as both. But that's the one I have, and I love it. But that's the cheapest option I know, brand new, $299 US dollars. Again, you can find them used, sometimes pretty cheap for like $150. I've seen them like used. The biggest thing is you just want to make sure that the lenses aren't scratched, because VR headsets, if the lenses get scratched, they're useless, pretty much. Like, they are their lenses, basically. What says Baldur's Gate isn't on Game Pass? Wait, it what? Oh, you have once again confused with Warhammer 3, I think. Oh yeah, I probably did. A plus must says, okay, thanks. I will get one new then. Yeah, and I don't mean like, and when I say that, I wasn't like trying to say like don't buy used. You just got to try it on. Like even if you know nothing about VR, if the lens is scratched, you'll know, because it'll like everything will look fucked up in it. Just don't buy one without trying it on is all I'm saying. But even if you know nothing about VR and you're looking at like a second like a second hand VR headset, if you put it on, you'll instantly know if the lenses are scratched. Instantly. Like it looks horrendous when they're scratched. What says LOL? Yeah, I always do mix that stuff up. A plus Mod says, where would be the best place to buy one new? Amazon? I don't actually know that. I bought mine from Best Buy. Let me see. I'm seeing what they cost on Amazon. Oh, they're the same price on Amazon. So yeah, Amazon would be fine. Dude, this headset has a 4.8 out of 5 stars out of 30,000 reviews. Yeah, so it's the same price, $299. Like whether you buy it off of Alexa, Amazon, or Best Buy, or wherever you buy it from, $299. So I would just say, yeah, wherever. Like for me, Amazon, I have their credit card, so I get 5% off. So it probably would have made more sense for me to buy it there. But you said Oculus Rift 2. Oculus Quest 2. The Rift is the PC only version. It has a little bit better graphics in terms of like the lenses are better quality. So a higher resolution and stuff. But you can't use it standalone at all, and it costs a lot more, the Oculus Rift. It's more, the Oculus Rift is more comparable to the Valve Index. But again, I would argue, like, I don't know, man. I don't think they're worth it compared to the Quest 2. I think the Quest 2 like is the best bang for the buck, 100%. And again, you can hook it up to the PC and get better graphics out of it just by hooking it up to your PC. But then you can also use it as a standalone, VR device if you want to. Well, it says I've given up on getting you in Warhammer 3 at all. Antonio has already expressed his disinterest in the series, so that's just going to be my me time game. There you go. There you go. Well, if he's down to play Baldur's Gate, I would be down for that, trying it out. What says, yeah, I know, and I'm fighting a lost cause. Sorry, brother. Sorry, brother. I wonder where Hokage is tonight. Hokage, we miss you if you see this later. Excuse me. All right, I think we're gonna start heading towards VR to the Walking Dead game. But we got to go to standing desk mode. And we can I'm still happy to chit chat while, I'm getting stuff ready and things. I'm not in no hurry, just just heading that way. What says also saw gameplay for Project Zomboid and can confirm it's not something I'd be interested in. What is Project Zomboid? Did I recommend it or something? I don't even remember what it is. Let me see. Project. Oh, I remember. Dude, I think it looks so good. It's like old school top view. Yeah. I do want to play that game, man. That game looks sick. Been watching Soviet Womble play. Dude, if he's playing it, you know it's good, man. We're at that Delilah. What's it like in New York City? It's basically DayZ in an isometric viewpoint. No. I mean, you don't have other players. DayZ is really PvP.